Okay, so I just want to write the solution for this one that we didn't quite finish in class. So the question is now asking, if you look very carefully, it's asking to find the interest rate per annum corrected to decimal places. So in the usual ones where we're looking for example, the future value, they're actually giving you all this information. And they give you, okay, it's $15,000 that we've got, the present value. The future value is $22,000. And we know that it's compounded annually. That's good to know. We have to play around with the rates or anything there. And it's in there for 5 years. So all this information now, let's think about how we can approach this. So I'm still going to start off with my formula. But now I just want to think about what variables I have. So I've got the present value, that's 15,000. I've got the future value, that's 22,000. And I've got n, which is 5 years here. So putting all that together now, what I can do is substitute that in. So that's going to be 22,000 is equal to the present value of 15,000 outside of 1 plus the rate. We don't know the rate, unfortunately, but we'll find it in a moment. And to the power, well, how long was it in there for? To the power 5, right? So once we've got that, now what we can do is we can think, well, what calculations would I need to do here? What I can do is I can think about, this is the variable I'm trying to find. And right now, these are multiplied together. So thinking about your equations, what's the opposite of multiplying? Well, we can divide. So we'll divide both sides by 15,000. So that's going to be 22,000 divided by 15,000. Okay. At this point, you can evaluate the decimal. I'm not going to do that just yet because I'll do it all in one go in a second. But now we're in a bit of a pickle because here, well, if you've got something to the power 5, how do we get rid of that? What do we do that? If you think about something that's squared, that might be a bit easier to think about. So for example, if you have x squared is equal to 25, right? You could find what x is equal to by taking the square root. So you could say, well, what's the square root of 25? And then that would give you one of the possible solutions there. There's also a negative solution that you might want to consider. We don't have to worry about in this case. But that's how you might approach that. The opposite of squaring something is the square root. So we can do the exact same thing here. Instead, instead of the square root, we'll take the fifth root. And that's something you can do in your calculator as well. If I just bring up your calculator, we can say, I want to do 22,000 over 15,000. And what is that, by the way? Okay, 22 and 15. And then we want to take the fifth root. So the fifth root, and the way you do that is you can go to this section over here, and it will come up with the fifth root over there. So we'll go, oh, the mouse is a bit funky, but that's okay. We want the fifth root of 22 over 15. Cool. And that gives us roughly 1.07 something. So I'll write that out as well over here. So I'm going to get the fifth root of 22 on 15 is equal to 1 plus r. And then again, we want to find what r is equal to. So just using equations, you can take away 1 from both sides. So we're going to get something like this. And we'll just take away 1 there. And we've got this answer of 0.0796. It does say corrected 2 decimal places though, so we'll say that's 0.0. Oh, well, it looks like we'll round up to 8 there. Okay, so it'll just be 0.08 corrected 2 decimal places. Now sometimes they'll write that rate as a percentage though, so if you want to do that as well, that would be 8%. If we were rounding to 2 decimal places first, or otherwise you could also round this guy off here as 7.96% as well. So either one I would accept, just depending on what the question was actually asking there. So that's how you might approach a problem like this. You look at the information that you're given, and then you can go ahead and solve from there to solve that.